Coding Dojo is a programming school that turns beginners into developers in only 14 weeks. If you're serious about landing a career in tech but lack the formal education or background, Coding Dojo will get you there in no time. With over 3,000 graduates to date, over 90% of their grads land jobs within 3 months of graduating, often making over $70K per year at tech firms of all sizes, from companies like Google to local startups. To learn more, visit codingdojo.com or click the link in the description below.
Hey, what's up? John Sonmez here. So, I thought I'd record a video, one of the I fucked up videos. You can check out my series of videos on fucking up here. But there's going to be some time, some of these videos, by the way, just so you guys know, as I'm recording these videos, because I've fallen off the wagon on recording videos daily, even though you haven't noticed because I had a bunch queued up. But I've fallen off the wagon on a lot of different things in my life. I'm trying to get the shit back on track. So it's gonna be kind of depressing, a little bit depressing, I'll tell you, with some of my videos, but they're real, they're authentic. I'm not feeling good right now. I'm not feeling the best. I'm not feeling the John that's on top of the world. I'm feeling like an imposter, like a failure, a bunch of shit. I don't need any sympathy, trust me, but I'm just telling you this, right? So that you know, all right, because this is real. This is reality. This is what's going on. I don't feel in a position to give you much wisdom right now because I'm fucking up, but I'm gonna share anyway because this is what I have to do, right? This is what my essentially, I would say, my job is, but my mission, like, this is what I'm doing. Well, fuck it, you know. Anyway, so I thought I'd do a video today talking about what I learned from falling off the wagon and describing a little bit more about how I've fallen off the wagon here, and it's weird because, you know, I think for me it's a bigger deal than I think it'd be for most people because, you know, I'm talking to some people about the things I've screwed up and they're like, dude, you're still a millionaire, like, you don't have to work, you still have a better physique than like 99% of people on this planet, you know, you can even run 5 miles, right? You haven't even lost any endurance. You know, all of these things are telling me you still have YouTube videos. They're still good. You still have a huge channel with, you know, with 150,000 subscribers or whatnot. So I get it, right? But for me, I have standards that are really high for myself, and so to me, I'm failing. I'm falling off the wagon. Okay. So anyway, what happened? Let me think about exactly how this happened. I started making some little slip-ups in diet and nutrition. I was running, like at the beginning of this year, running every single day 5 miles. I was making great progress. And here's the thing, like, here's a few things. Like, maybe this will be a longer video than I intended, but I gotta actually hit to the gym. But here's the thing that I've kind of learned in life, which, you know, I should have seen this coming, and then I kind of did, but I ignored the signs. Like, you gotta be so cautious when you're close to the finish line, right? I've been trying to get down. I mean, you guys have been following me for a long time. You know, I've been trying to get down to a certain level of leanness. What would be essentially like 7% body fat, at least on my scale, right? Where I feel like like I'm in my peak, okay? And I was so close this time around. What I started doing was I started running 5 miles extra every morning. So I woke up, I was doing my regular routine, which my regular routine is pretty fucking tough, but I was adding 5 miles a day on top of that, and I was eating pretty strict, right? Well, what started to happen was, because I was running those extra 5 miles, I started eating some junk, right? And I started, like, kind of wobbling, right? I was making really good progress, and I was really close. I was like, on my scale, I was like 8-point-something% body fat, right? Just kept on seeing it drop down. I was perhaps in the best, you know, had the best physique that I ever had. And then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened, was I had a couple days where it slipped up, right? Around Valentine's Day, around then, you know, ate a little bit too much, felt guilty, got into that vicious cycle of guilt, right? That guilt depression cycle where you lose your motivation because you feel guilty because you fucked up. I got into that cycle and I went for a nosedive. Like, I ended up going to Vegas to travel, to go to a conference. And during that time, I was kind of good, but then, you know, I wasn't sleeping very much, and all of a sudden I started making these bad judgment calls, okay, and I couldn't run. I started to get sick, and I couldn't really run, so I said, oh, well, I'm sick, I should eat. Justification. And all of a sudden, pretty soon, I found myself in this tailspin of making these justifications of saying, oh, well, I need to bulk up, I need to gain some muscle mass anyway, increase my strength, I can eat this pizza, I can eat these donuts, right? ridiculous shit while I'm not running. At least I kept the lifting up. I think I only missed 1 day of lifting when I was just too sick to get to the gym. But anyway, so I made all these justifications, and in about a week and a half, I found myself in a place where I was still sick, I guess, right? I'm still sick a little bit now, but I was sleeping in, right, until like 10, 11 o'clock in the afternoon, and I could blame that on the sickness to some degree, right? I was trying to heal up, but I was eating shit, okay, not eating 1 meal a day, and eating shit, okay, and I was not running, right? Again, not necessarily my fault. I couldn't really control the running part of that, okay? I wasn't making YouTube videos, or hardly, right? I didn't record very many in the last week and a half, and just everything just felt like it was going to shit. My motivation was gone. So that's what happened. So that's a hardcore fall off. And the thing about that sucks the most, right? You know, I like one of the lessons. Well, first let's talk about that lesson. That first lesson in there is when you're close. I should have seen this coming. When you're close to the finish line, you have to turn on the afterburners and push extra hard. When I was getting close, I should have upped things. I shouldn't have put in cruise control. I've talked about this, I think, in another video where I said blasting, like, you know, what you don't want to do is you don't want to be in a spaceship, like trying to make a moon landing, and you like cut the thrusters, and then you think you're gonna glide in, and then you don't make it, right? And you don't have any way to get yourself momentum again. That sucks. I think it might have been in the momentum video. Anyway, what you want to do is you're getting close to the moon, you fucking blast the thrusters and you blast right through the fucker, right? And that's the thing. You got to blast through the finish line. Big lesson there is I started cutting thrusters. I started saying, no, I'm making it. I'm doing good, instead of hitting it hard, right? I had plans on doing a physique competition. That's like, what's it, like a week from now, a week in 2 days. Not going to happen. I was going to make it there easily, right? But I cut the thrusters too soon, and I wasn't very cautious. Like when you're in that position, you've got to be extra vigilant, right? Extra vigilant when you're getting close to victory, because you know the universe tends to work against you in that case. Like it's self-destruction. Right? I did this video recently on self-destruction, and I was talking about that. And I hate to be a Debbie Downer, right, all the time. But this is what I'm going through right now, so I'm being honest with you. I'm telling you guys what's happening, you know, and hopefully you'll benefit from this. And hopefully I'll benefit from this by learning these fucking lessons. And the thing is, like, when you fail, and I'll tell you this, tell myself this, which is when you continually fail like this, what it's telling you is that you haven't fucking learned the lesson yet. And so, you know, I'd rather fail now and then see, so I can gain these insights, right? If I just succeed, I don't learn anything. And I get my goal, but I haven't grown. Remember, the purpose is to grow, okay? And so when you're failing like this, it's okay. You just have to take the insights from it. And it's hard. It's a hard knock. Like I said, I mean, today I'm fucking trying to run out there, and I'm like, oh gosh, I don't even see the point of this anymore. Like, I got so much uphill battle to fight to get back to where I was, right? And this is a gambler's fallacy. They're trying to get back to even. I shouldn't be thinking that way, but I am, right? And I've got so much that I have no motivation. I don't feel like doing this. So I had to actually, you know, I did this other video where I came up with my plan of what I'm going to do, and I printed it out, and I'm going to stick to this damn plan whether I feel like it or not, because I can't let emotions and my judgment decide what I'm going to do. Okay, so, all right, so where am I going with this? So, anyway, big fall off for me, happened in a very short period of time, a week and a half, 2 weeks max, that this really falling off the wagon. So I've got to get back on it, right? So again, biggest lesson is that when you're getting close, oh man, you got to just hang on. You got to really put in the afterburners. If I would have done that, I would have been there, right? And I wouldn't have hit this, but you know, I didn't have that lesson internalized enough. So hopefully next time I will remember. I'll say, hey, you're getting close to the goal. What does this mean? It means you need to up the fucking shit. Like, you need to be tight. You need to make sure that your diet is right on. You add some miles, run some more, do some extra work to get there, right? And this is just a good way to do things in life, right? When you're getting towards the goal, fucking blast through the goal. Don't start to back off. Never start to back off, because that's when the shit hits the fan. So the other thing that that I'd say from this is that another lesson, when you're sick, and there's actually two states here. When you're sick, you need to be extra vigilant. A lot of this is just going to focus on being extra vigilant, because when you're sick, it's real easy. Like, you don't feel very good. It's real easy to justify eating some shit, okay, to get better, or it's real easy to justify skipping workouts. And sometimes you need to skip workouts, right? There was some points where I definitely couldn't run, but you know what I could have done? I could have walked. I could have walked on the treadmill for 2 hours instead of running for 1. I could have done that and that would have been fine, right? And what I should have done was I should have tightened up my calories more, right? My diet more rather than loosen them up, right? And that's the thing is like, because when I'm sick, I know that I'm having less, I'm able to exert less, and I'm staying in bed more, right? So I'm burning less calories. I need to be more clean with my eating and more careful and more precise, right? If I need to fast, then fast then. But, I went the other way. So that's the other thing, is being vigilant there. The other one is sleep deprivation as well. If I'm sleep deprived, never eat when sleep deprived, right? And this is one of those things I found myself doing this a lot, and this is, a big lesson here, is that when I come home late at night, like in Vegas, or just coming home late at night from going out and hanging out with some friends, or doing some stuff, right? Or going to some venue or something at like 2 or 3 a.m. That's when I should just go to sleep, but instead I'm in the cabinets, I'm eating cereal, I'm eating shit that I shouldn't be eating. So sleep deprivation causes a lack in judgment, and so I just need to have the rule: when you're sleep deprived, don't eat, right? It's real simple. It's like these things that you have to learn, and you learn them the hard way. So I know this is a bit of a ramble, but I want to give you guys the benefit of this. I mean, if I'm gonna fucking crash and burn, there should be some benefit, and I should be getting some benefit out of this. You should be getting some benefit out of this as well. So yeah, so that's the big thing. That's kind of the lessons learned from this whole thing. And I'm not out of it yet. That's the scary thing. It's like I've got to stick to the plan, and I've got to get back on track. And it's not easy. This is the shit that like you forget about. It's like, you fuck up one day, fine. You can recover that. It sets you back. But you fuck up for a week or 2 weeks, you can do some pretty big damage, and it can be pretty disheartening trying to get back there, because it's not going to take you 2 weeks to get back there. It's going to take you 3 or 4 weeks for the most part, to get back there when you fuck up really bad. So, you're not thinking about that when you're screwing up. You're not thinking about adding 1 more day, which is actually adding 3 more days, right, to the recovery. So anyway, you can't control being sick. It's going to happen, like I said. But what you can control is you can control what happens when you get sick and how much damage. I talk about this all the time. I preach this all the time. And I did not follow my own advice of damage control. Damage control. That's the big, big thing, is damage control, right? Sometimes you can't swim, sprint out there on the swim. Sometimes you just have to tread water or hold the line. I wasn't following that advice. And that's the thing, is right. See, if I don't follow my own advice, I fucked myself up, and it's real easy. And I'll tell you one thing here too. Again, this is the critical moment, right? That's why I'm recording this video right now too, is because it's real easy from this point to go on a binge, a downward spiral of guilt and remorse and lack of motivation, and just fuck up your entire life. But I'm not gonna let that happen. Instead, that's why I'm recording this video, is I'm like, okay, I'm going to record videos. I'm going to make sure I get to the gym. I'm going to make sure that I get back on plan. I'm going to make the plan, and I'm going to just grind it out. And life might be fucking miserable, but sometimes you have to just commit to life being miserable for a while until you get where you want to be. Again, a lot of you might say, well, John, you're crazy. You don't even need to worry about this shit. Like, why are you even stressing about this? Like, just fucking live your life. But it's important to me. It's important to me, and it's because I have that level and that standard. And when you're not meeting your own standard, you feel like shit. When you are meeting your own standard, life is great. And that's one of the big gauges of life. Is like, you have a standard, and you have to meet that standard. So I'm going to meet my own standard, and wish me luck on the journey. Hopefully you'll continue seeing videos from me. Hopefully I'll make it. I intend to make it. I plan to make it. I plan to be back. And I realize it's not that far. It's not that far, but you gotta have a plan, and you gotta plan for these things. And like I said, on one hand, this pisses me off. I hate falling off the wagon when I'm that close to success. But on the other hand, it's a lesson I need to learn, right? There's still lessons in here that I need to learn, and hopefully you've benefited from them as I've shared them, and hopefully I'll finally learn these fucking lessons, and I'll remember to be more vigilant when the shit starts to hit the fan, so I don't end up in this situation again. All right, that's all I have for you today. If you haven't subscribed already, click that subscribe button below. Click the bell so you don't miss any videos. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.